and let us all do we can to build a better future.
So liberals and a lot of SJWs are always angry at Jimmy Dore. I guess they're just always triggered by what Jimmy says. Now, let's be very clear what Jimmy Dore has done, and that is he's been speaking truth to power. And I have to say, in regards towards a lot of these SJWs, they always keep on saying, "Oh, he's so right wing. If you don't agree with the Democrats or fight for AOC or stand with Bernie, you're right wing. You're a right wing grifter." And I've been seeing all these vote blue no matter who, these social justice warriors, take things out of context. So, this tweet's been kind of going or being shared around by the, I guess, social justice warriors. I want to pull this up here again because context is key, you got this person. I've been sort of MIA these last couple of days because I just moved. And first thing I see when I check the Twitter is that Jimmy Dore said he prefers Mitch McConnell over Bernie Sanders. Makes sense. McConnell also wanted to force a vote over Medicare for all because he knew it would tank it. Again, people are saying, again, taking this out of context, I'll take Mitch McConnell over Bernie Sanders any day. Right? Well, listen up, social justice warriors. Listen up. Because maybe if you actually, decide to clean out your ears, you'll listen to something. Here's an actual clip of what Jimmy said, showing exactly why the paid trolls had to post a deceptive quote to stir up hysteria. Bookmark this tweet because they're going to pull this a lot over the next couple of days. And they will. And I'm going to, guess what? Share this link and post it in the live stream chat so all of you can share it as well, so that all of you can have it in your possession, as you should. So let's play this video and hear what Jimmy Dore is actually saying. Because again, Bernie Sanders is a cuck. Bernie Sanders is a cuck. He's a spineless, nutless wonder. He didn't believe in his messaging. And I, for one, will forever have to carry the L of actually saying nice things about Bernie or believing in his message. I have to carry that L. I'm humiliated that I ever actually really thought that this jagoff, Bernie Sanders, was actually going to fight. He didn't believe in his message, and he abandoned his political movement.
Didn't he just contradict himself right over there the whole fucking time?
He just said two things. One, he's talked out of both sides of his mouth because that's what Bernie Sanders is, a double-talking bullshitter who is never going to fight for you. He never did anything he said he was going to do, except what he does is prop up Wall Street, the military-industrial complex. He's a war pig and a liar. He's the worst type of person because I'll take Mitch McConnell over fucking Bernie Sanders any day because I can see Mitch McConnell coming. I can't see Bernie Sanders coming because he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'll take the wolf in wolf's clothing any day over a piece of shit like Bernie Sanders.
And I also want to add a little bit more into that. Look, I've been told by friends and random people post on our various video clips here at Hardlands Media. Oh, you always go after Democrats. How come you don't go after Republicans? I know what to expect from Republican lawmakers. I mean, what can I say about the GOP or these Republican politicians that haven't been said already? It would be unoriginal. It would be unoriginal. I know that Mitch McConnell or Lindsey Graham Cracker or any of these other jagoff Republican senators or House representatives, they're never going to fight for Medicare for all. They're never going to fight for student debt forgiveness. They're not going to invest into America. And when they say they're against war, they're against what the Democrats are doing in regards to war. But if the Republicans get a chance, guess what? They'll be just as pro-war as any other Democratic lawmaker. Again, both parties are inherently corrupt. But if you want to watch a show that's going to drag Republicans, go watch DNC with Rachel Maddow. Go watch TYT with Fat Tony and Anna Banana. Go watch Majority Report with Sammy Boy Cedar. Or go watch, Dime Store Eminem and his mom. Crystal and Kyle. If you want to watch a show that's going to be dedicated to just bad-mouthing Republican politicians, go ahead. But I think it's important that we address the fact when the Republicans come running at me with a knife, I know that they're going to stab me. We've all been tricked by these Democrats and these progressives who are running in the Democratic Party or are already in the Democratic Party. They put on this neoliberal mask that's smiling at us, telling us things we want to hear. All the while, that knife is right behind them. And as soon as we let our guard down, then they're going to stab us. That's what Bernie Sanders did. That's what AOC did. That's what all these politicians have done. And Jimmy Dore has been calling him out. He's been calling him out since 2016 when Bernie Sanders cucked out at the DNC convention in Philadelphia. I remember Philly. And for those of you who have short-term memories, just kind of look back at Philly and just remember what happened to Bernie Sanders delegates and volunteers and supporters, how they were harassed and abused. I spoke to some of these delegates in 2016. Their stories were shockingly and surprisingly all familiar. Being assaulted, harassed, verbally abused, stalked, threatened online and via phone calls. That's the Democratic Party. That's something a lot of these SJWs want to defend tooth and nail for. Because what? AOC's there? Ilhan Omar, Cori Bush, oh, strong and stunning and brave. Or Bernie Sanders, he politically awakened me. All what they did was herd you back into the cage for the Democrat Party. That's what Bernie did. That's what AOC did. And all these big channels that are telling you, oh, we can't support Dr. West because Trump, Donald Trump. That's all what they got. That's all what they have. Trump, Trump, Trump. Even when they're fighting against him, they can't help but talk about Trump. Again, that's why Trump is a master showman. He knows how to sell his name. But hey, let's listen to this video here because again, shout out to Case Study QB. Bernie Sanders asked what he would tell his longtime supporters who don't believe that the Biden administration has done enough. Hey, look, here's this cuck. He's going to lie to you. He's going to lie to you. He's going to lie to you because he knows he can lie to you, just like an abusive spouse that will slap you, steal your money, and cheat on you.
You say, Senator, though, to some of your longtime supporters who are frustrated because they don't believe the Biden administration's done enough. They may not share your view of how things have gone, and they're thinking about Cornel West or they're thinking about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. What's your message to them as they drift toward those others?
Well, my message to them is that
I'm a cuck and don't think for yourself. Okay? Now listen, you take this shrivel up blue DNC wang bone and stick it right up your wazoo. You just take it. And eventually, through health care and a comprehensive student debt forgiveness, eventually, 15 years, we'll get to doing all these things.
we are living in an unprecedented moment in American history. Donald Trump.
That's one talking about Trump. Donald Trump
Is not only a pathological liar, has not only helped wage an insurrection, if you like, to...
Yes, the more we look at the January 6th, hey, let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 if you think, oh my God, January 6th was the end of the Republic. It was Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon. Type 2, hey man, don't you find it odd that there was a lot of FBI agents there and provocateurs who were masked up and causing problems? Because I find it suspicious. I think that January 6th thing was a setup, a perfect setup. But then again, what do I know? I could be wrong.
Prevent President Biden from taking office not only is denying American democracy, moving against.
He said something funny. Hold on. If you heard it too, it's funny.
Prevent President Biden from taking office not only is denying American democracy.
He said American democracy. Woo, man, that's a belly busting good joke. Hey, I got a joke for you. Are you ready? Did you know American democracy is the best? We're a republic. That's what we are. But oh wait, we're not a republic anymore. We're an oligarchy that says it's a democracy. It's like we're being catfished here, man. Take off the filters. Wipe off the makeup. Come on, America, Lady Liberty. Jump in the pool with me. I don't want to jump in the pool. Come on. It'll ruin my makeup. I want to see what you really look like without the makeup.
Moving against American democracy. So I think at this moment, Bob, we have got to bring the progressive community together to say, you know what, we're going to fight for a progressive agenda, but we cannot have 4 more years of Donald Trump in the White House.
The second time brought up Trump. Trump.
Do you worry about the progressive vote staying home?
I think if the Democrats come up with a strong agenda
strong agenda
that speaks to the needs of senior citizens in this country, and that means raising Social Security benefits, expanding Medicare. If we speak to the needs of young people, and that is having a lot to do with student debt, if we demand that the wealthiest people in this country start paying their fair share of tax.
Oh, God, my cock's about to fall off. Saying the same shite over and over again.
Taxes. If we come up with a progressive agenda, I think we're going to win and win big. And when we win big, we have to make it clear that we stand with the working class of this country against the kind of corporate greed that we now see.
You say, Senator?
You know what I got to say to that? Oh. Huh. Gee, Bernie, I've heard this all before from you, buddy. But you keep at it and dream big, right? Got one more video just to hear this cuck talk. Don't worry, it won't be too long. Because, again, this is how you know he's a full-on sellout. And, yes, if Bernie Sanders was coming at me with a knife, smiling, or Mitch McConnell is, well, I don't know how he'd be able to do it, coming at me with a knife. I'd rather take on Mitch McConnell because I know he's coming at me with that knife, that senile old goat. He'll have that blank stare looking like a robot coming at me like T-1000. But Bernie Sanders, he'll put on this little smile like here and say, I care. No. You let him get too close, he's going to stab you. Mitch McConnell, those Republican politicians, they're coming at you with a knife, running. These progressives and liberals walk to you slowly.
It's good to see you. Thank you for being with us. I did that setup to sort of ask you, because labor and the worker is central to the things that you think about the state of the American worker right now. We are in a summer of strikes. There are a whole lot of Americans who are on the picket lines right now. There's one big strike at UPS that was averted. American Airlines pilots have voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike if they don't come to a deal with the airline. Where are we right now, in your opinion, America?
Well, I think what's going on now, Ali, is that workers are catching on to the fact that in America, we see an unprecedented level of corporate greed.
In the Democratic Party, in the Republican Party, your good friend Joe is behind it. Your good friend Nancy is behind it. Your good friend Chucky Boy Schumer's behind it. Your good friend, even Dianne Feinstein. That senile old goat is still doing insider trading. How lovely.
In company after company, we're seeing record-breaking profits. We're seeing more income and wealth inequality than we've ever seen in the history of this country. And yet today, the average American worker in real inflation accounted for dollars actually is earning less than he or she did 50 years ago. So workers are saying, you know what? Hey, maybe in this economy, we deserve a fair shake, and we're going to stand up and fight for it.
Yes, but when the railroad workers needed your help, you were nowhere. Now, this video is 7 minutes long, and I'm not going to put you guys through this. So what's a good way to end this segment? Well, why not? Then with the words of Jimmy Dore, one more time, just to trigger the vote blue no matter who, the SJWs, because, folks, they had their way. They forced everyone to vote for Biden. They bullied people to vote for Biden. Now it's our turn to slap back. And it's not because we choose violence. It's because we want violence. And it's okay to bully these people and to make them cry and say, but Trump and the Republicans. And you just say to them quietly and politely, I don't care. Embrace your anti-hero arc and wake up to reality.
Didn't he just contradict himself right over
Yes.
there the whole
He
fucking
just said
time?
two things. One, he's talked out of both sides of his mouth because that's what Bernie Sanders is, a double talking bullshitter who is never going to fight for you. He never did anything he said he was going to do, except what he does is prop up Wall Street, the military industrial complex. He's a war pig and a liar. He's the worst type of person because I'll take Mitch McConnell over fucking Bernie Sanders any day because I can see Mitch McConnell coming. I can't see Bernie Sanders coming because he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'll take the wolf in wolf's clothing any day over a piece of shit like Bernie Sanders.
And that's a perfect way to end this segment. Bernie Sanders is a cuck. He's a liar. He's a fraud, a spineless, nutless wonder. And he'll try and sheepdog you and tell you, you got to vote Democrat. You got to vote Democrat because Trump. I do not care if Trump gets reelected. And yes, again, for the people in back, I don't care. I'm voting third party. I'm voting independent. No matter how this plays out, I'm not voting Democrat or Republican. But I don't care if Trump gets reelected. I don't owe the Democrats a goddamn thing. And neither do you.